So, well, hi there. Now here's the schematic to the transmitter that you see here. I know it's pretty messed, but I think you should see it. Here we have the oscillator. It's the RC oscillator, and here you can adjust the frequency. Here we have the first buffer stage, going to the second buffer stage, going to the final amp, and here we have the coil 10 turns to around about 60 turns, 0.5 millimeter wire. And here add a 3 feet wire, and here add a 3 feet wire to get a dipole antenna. So the coil is like 2 to 20 microhenry. It's a 1 to 10 transformer. And here we have the 2N3906 as the modulator. And here we have the audio input. This one goes to bass from the modulator. So this one is wrong. It goes here. Here's one, not here. Here's one. And the other transistors are all 2N3904s, and as I've said in the other video, I made the coil like this. I took a paper like this, DIN A4 paper, and I took this length, like this length or so, and then I wrapped it around a battery, a AA battery. I haven't one to show you. Here they are. Just a moment. Taken one of these batteries, and I've wrapped the paper around it until it was straight. Then I've drilled a hole with a 1mm drill into the paper, and of course not into the battery, just into the paper. And then I wrapped like 60 turns. I have just recalculated it. I don't know if it are 60 turns, but if I recalculate it, the coil is around 3 centimeters long. There are around 60 turns of 0.5 millimeter wire, this one. And then I made another coil. So the around about 60 turns coil is this one. And the other coil, I took some insulation band. I don't know where I have it. Here it is. Took some insulation band, wrapped it once around the beginning of the 60 turns coil, and then I wrapped around 10 turns of wire, and then I drilled the wire, if you want to call it like that, 3 times, and then I've wrapped around another tape band around the 10 turn coil to hold it in place. The coil is pretty messy to wind because it was hard to get the battery out again, but it was possible, and then it's pretty massive, or at least it holds itself in place. I think you can imagine how I made the coil. So here is the 60 turns coil, and as you can see, I've drilled 2 holes, 1mm holes in it, and I mounted it like that, and then it is held in place. And the transmitter is working. I will eventually show it in the next video. And here's the schematic again from the transmitter. And as you can see, pretty simple schematic. Pretty messy drawing, I admit, pretty messy, but you can see the main schematic of the shortwave transmitter. And what I would like from you is that you rebuild this transmitter. I've extra made it like your style. Glue these small PCB parts on another PCB and then solder the components to it. And I would really like it if you rebuild this and then you make a video like Stefan0179, a shortwave transmitter. And I'm sure there are many vintage radio collectors out there that will like this transmitter, which transmits in the 49 meter Europe band, so it can be tuned from around about 5.8 up to 6.2 megahertz. It can be tuned further than this frequency, but it does cover this frequency. And I'm sure there are some tolerances from the components to each component, and you have a wide range, so you sure will cover the 49 meter Europe band with this transmitter. Okay, best regards from Stefan.